Hi, I am Danielle Newallo, and my presentation is on the red brocket there in Trinidad and Tobago. The Mazama americana, more commonly known as the red brocket, is a species of deer that is found in Central and South America, inclusive of the Caribbean island Trinidad and Tobago. This red brocket deer has a characteristic small to medium size, and their morphology consists of an arched back, stout body, relatively short tails, and average size ears. Their bodies are covered in a reddish-brown fur, with the underside of the coat and the tail being white. In Trinidad, due to being hunted, red brocket deer tend to be nocturnal, so that they are not easily seen during the day. They are usually found living in solitude or in mating pairs, but can also be seen in groups of four when there is an increase in population. In Trinidad, these mammals can be found deep within the northern range, where there are large expanses of elfin woodland. In Tobago, the brocket is found in the littoral woodlands and deciduous forests in the Tobago Forest Reserve. The red brocket deer lives amongst this dense vegetation in these mountains, where they can easily hide to escape potential predators. In general, this high-quality habitat for a brocket deer has been considered to be characterized by the availability of water sources, dense understory vegetation, and low human hunting pressure. The brocket deer prefers moist conditions, usually associated with cloud forests, and they are most active during the daytime, when they spend the majority of their waking hours foraging in the areas where they live. In Trinidad and Tobago, there is a culture of hunting. According to the Conservation of Wildlife Act, Chapter 67(1) of the laws of Trinidad and Tobago, hunting is permitted in Trinidad and Tobago between the first day of October and the last day of February. Hunting is a livelihood practice for many people in the rural communities, and these hunters go in search of this red brocket deer in order to meet the high demand of the citizens. It is during this period that the red brocket deer is hunted overzealously for its highly valuable meat. The meat is then sold in rural and urban areas throughout the Twin Island state for large returns. It is true, however, that the hunting of deer within the neotropical forests here in Trinidad and Tobago is used as a means of subsistence. But even though the legislation does exist, or the sustainable hunting practices, there is not enough done where enforcement is concerned. Hunting still occurs in the off-season, and there is not enough human resources available to prevent this issue. It is this intensive hunting that caused populations to continue to become depleted over time. There is more instrumental value to this rare deer species. The red brocket deer possesses body parts that are the source of valuable material. The skin of the deer is used for making a soft but strong leather material called buckskin, which is then used for further production of clothing, hats, and even gloves. The tendons in the lower leg can be used to make fish hooks, glue, beads, bone tools, and marrow oil. Soaps are also made from the fat of the deer. The fat usually remains on the skin of the deer after the skinning process, and this fat is then collected and processed into soap. The red brocket is also very instrumental to humans where research and education is concerned. This is a clip from a local newspaper which emphasizes the amount of money that locals are willing to pay for deer meat. Back in 2004, people paid up to $180 or $10 per pound for their meat, and this has drastically increased, as in 2016 people pay approximately $150 or $16 per pound. This meat is truly a delicacy that only a certain class of members in society are able to enjoy. In our Twin Island state, Since the red brocket there is preyed upon by ocelots, large birds, and by natives for their meat, they use their body size and their agility to escape these predators. Also, being knowledgeable of their surroundings, when a predator is spotted, they will hide in thick vegetation. Being approached by a predator would give rise to the red brocket deer running away to safer grounds. It has also been seen that upon sensing danger, they remain still. Red brocket deer are also known to swim away from their predators when there are bodies of water nearby. Apart from the instrumental value, red brockets have intrinsic value as well. Their existence plays a vital role within the ecosystem. They alter plant communities and the overall structure of the forest by grazing and dispersing seeds. Without red brockets, certain plant seeds would not be dispersed and might become endangered or face extinction. Red brockets are also the main source of food for a variety of prey species. If these brockets were to become extinct, it would place undue pressure on the other prey species of these predators, which may even lead to the endangerment or extinction of these species, and the entire food chain would be disrupted. There is great value in the mere existence of the red brocket deer. Earlier this year, the Minister of Agriculture stated that there were no more red brockets in Tobago and that the red brocket had become very scarce in Trinidad. He went on to speak on how the absence of game wardens in the forested areas are a major contributor to the depletion of the species. Conservation efforts are needed right now for the protection of this native species. It must be noted that initiatives are being taken to conserve the red brocket deer due to its depletion in the tropical forests. Recently, in May this year, the Emperor Valley Zoo in Trinidad started caring for a baby fawn, baby Eli. As seen in the picture, he was actually rescued while wandering in the fishing pond area outside of his natural habitat. It is one of the many growing attempts into restoring these animals and saving the Caribbean's only deer species. The legislation also needs to be updated and enforcement taken more seriously for the preservation of such species. Fines need to be increased. The punishment for destroying this wondrous form of biodiversity needs to be a bit harsher in order to deter citizens from illegal activities such as hunting during off-season. The red brocket deer needs to become one of the focal species in a community-based wildlife management initiative in order for its successful conservation.